Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jayzon. Today I've got a Division B East matchup for you all. CCS versus ICC Unity. And I'm looking forward to seeing these two teams in action here. The first week of the NGS season. So much potential, so much hope. Everybody's looking to win. And as always, I've got my co-catster with me, Sarah. She is just, honestly, she's just sleeping. Sarah, the dreaming is going on here. But I'm going to go ahead and tell the teams that we are ready to go while I go ahead and get you over to our map selection screen. It was CCS winning the coin toss. And we did have, it looks like we had a couple of bans come out here. It was Braxis Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity being banned out by CCS. Meanwhile, ICC Unity banning out Dragonshire and Infernal Shrines. CCS did select first pick, which left the first map pick up to ICC. And it's going to be Towers of Doom. It's going to be our first map of the night. And it looks like everybody's ready to go, so we should be heading into draft here in just a moment. All right. Looks like we are going to go ahead and go into game number one. Let's get ready for one of the biggest comeback maps in the pool. By the way, welcome back to a great map pool. Not just for NGS, but for Storm League in general. I'm really looking forward to it this season. You're going to see me online playing plenty of Storm League with Warhead Junction no longer being there to terrorize everybody. Towers of Doom, Globals, always in high demand here. You've also got to account for the common strategy of having a double soaker, taking the mid and top lanes for that double soaking rotation, along with the four-man bot strategy. As customary, two really good heroes in the game right now, Johanna and Brightwing. Those heroes usually fall to the responsibility for the second picking team to ban out. The Tracer tells me that that's got to be... Tracer, not exactly what I would call a common ban, so that seems more targeted. Junkrat's pretty good on this map, so I'm not surprised to see him banned out. Oh, but instead of Brightwing, we're going to see Stukov banned out here by ICC. Stukov can be fairly annoying here in trying to get into these objective areas, being able to cut those off with the Lurking Arm. He's also got pretty decent ability to interrupt, but yeah, Tahaka, very highly sought after hero here on this map. Not only the global to be able to go from one objective to the other, he's a good double soaker. He's pretty difficult to gank in that double soaking rotation as well. Meanwhile, Maiev Rhaegar coming out. So Rhaegar, one of the top healers in the meta currently. Maiev, sort of a niche hero, but can be pretty good in that four-man, being able to help displace people. And Rhaegar with Ancestral, able to help Maiev out of some sticky situations. And Maiev with that leap, that leaping dodge, able to stall a little bit to possibly get more time for that Ancestral to go off. Meanwhile, Greymane coming out, and Mephisto for the side of CCS. So both teams leaving some time on the clock. They're really going through the draft pretty quickly here. Greymane, kind of an all-around good hero, and Mephisto, very difficult to counter in that dive. Maiev could possibly take advantage, though, of that shade coming back into a very predictable spot. Meanwhile, with Rhaegar already being picked for ICC Unity, they're going to look to do a little healer choke, take Whitemane off the board. Whitemane, another one of those kind of niche healers, but can be pretty good at counter diving. Meanwhile, Vala going to be taken off the board by CCS. Vala, one of the top ranged damage dealers, very good sustain, especially with that auto attack build right now, very dominant. Meanwhile, Muradin and Chromie coming out, so Ice Queen going to grab the Chromie here for that long range poke. Very good at interrupting on this map. Muradin, good to have in that bot lane for sustained, especially if you're able to get a hold of one of these bell towers. So Muradin being able to stay in there for long periods of time on defense. If he gets knocked down a little bit, he retreats, gets that second wind going for that passive, and just heals right back up and is back in the fight for more defense. Meanwhile, Holy Cow combo coming out here for Uther for Ewok, and Norseman going to go ahead and grab the ETC. We'll have to see if that's going to be Divine Mosh, but very classic combo there in tank and healer. Meanwhile, Sonya going to round out the draft for the side of ICC. Sonya, of course, decent double soaker on this map as well, but also brings a lot of good team fight, good camp taking ability, good siege. Sonya is one of those heroes, kind of like Greymane, where I always say they're good at everything, but they're not really great at anything. just kind of a good all-around hero. She can have a little trouble sticking to people at times, so really benefits a lot from any speed boost or slows. So Rhaegar can be a pretty good enabler for her to help stick to her targets. But yeah, pretty solid draft from both teams. You know, no big shock heroes, right? Nothing too off meta. Both teams definitely have the ability to go with the double soaking strategy that's so common here on Towers of Doom. And it's early in the season, so always hard to predict exactly what's going to happen. But let's go ahead and get in here for game number 1 on Towers of Doom. On the left, we've got CCS. We've got Norseman going to be playing the ETC. The Dwarf is going to be on Dahaka. We have Ewok playing the Uther. Got Dax on the Greymane. And Teraldidi going to be on that Mephisto. Meanwhile, on the right, we've got Mango Man going to be playing the Sonya. We've got HQO Wall going to be on the Muradin. Ice Queen going to be playing the Chromie. We've got Drunk Unicorn on the Rhaegar. And last but not least, we've got, is that Lark? Yeah, Lark going to be playing the Maiev. Right away, big focus onto that Muradin. Going to bring him down to about half health. It's a quick rotation coming out here. Norseman going to try to cut off some of that rotation here from ICC. And does a nice job of stalling. Stun comes out onto Muradin. Right away, we do see the double soakers doing their thing, but Mango Man's got to look out. The Dwarf is looking for it here, and it's got the backup. The drag into the combo damage, the double stun overlapped a little bit. Now Mango Man is actually trying to run back to the team, and that's a good move. That will allow them to escape here. It's going to give Dahaka a little bit of an advantage on this double soak, but Sonya lives and avoids that first blood. That's something that's really important in team play that a lot of those solo players don't have to take a little while to get used to. When you're in trouble, run to your team, man. You've got support. Meanwhile, Sapper is being pushed in here by ICC Unity. Well done. They get one of the towers and the entire gate. 3 Sappers going to be walking on down the lane, though, for CCS. Trying to get them in here. Mephisto, once again, jumping in, dealing a good amount of damage. And right away, this Muradin goes down to half health, but the good counter kill coming out onto Greymane. Drunk Unicorn getting in that last bite for first blood there. Once again, Mango Man being targeted. There's the slide into the Mephisto damage, and that is going to be a counter kill here. Maybe a little late, but definitely getting the kill back to even the score at 1-1. Meanwhile, 2:30 and the clock strike. Well, the clock strikes 2:30. You know what that means. We are 30 seconds from our first altar spawn. The first altar spawn, always a triple. The 2 top and the 1 in the mid. Oh, look out. Here's Norseman again with the aggressive positioning. And Maiev is going to be slain. And that's really good timing for the side of CCS. Now with a triple altar spawn, this should all but guarantee 2 out of 3 for CCS. And they will indeed. Doesn't look like ICC Unity is interested in contesting the bottom point with 1 down. That's a wise move. Get the soak, and they still got their top right one. Mango Man capping up here. I go up and try to meet Dahaka. Avoiding the rotation here to mid. But I like what ICC is doing down here as well. You know, you got to give CCS a lot of credit. They're rotating around the map. They're looking for picks on that solo laner. But at the same time, ICC Unity is playing to their strat, and they're pushing in this bottom lane. Meanwhile, they are able to trap Ewok in there. They get him snagged just enough to get the kill. Still got the healing from Uther, but it's going to be just enough to keep Mephisto alive, but ETC is not so lucky, so that's going to end up being a double kill for the side of ICC. Drunk Unicorn going to go ahead and head back for some mana, but the rest of ICC Unity going to go grab the camp, as will Dax on the other side. So both teams just going to go to their regularly designated spots. And it does look like ICC Unity is maybe wanting to sniff it out, but they'll think better of that for now and go ahead and make their way down. With the Dahaka on the other team for CCS, it can be hard for ICC Unity to really invade those, because that bush is so close to that bottom camp spawn. At any moment, he can get in. But we've got 10 seconds until the altar spawn. We've got a double altar in the top lane. We're going to see if either of these teams want to start rotating there. It kind of looks like both squads are just going to go ahead and trade. Though Sonya is a little bit slow on it. But it doesn't look like anyone is going to rotate away. Both teams going to stay down here in bot, try to protect that. Meanwhile, Maiev goes in, gets the tether onto ETC, but Norseman very cleverly just walking right along, skipping through the field of daisies here with Maiev. Can't pull me if I just walk right along with you. Meanwhile, Muradin once again chunked down to half. Gonna have to go back and tap. Both our top laners still doing their thing here. Slight, very, very slight lead for ICC Unity, but both are going to be 10 here right around the same time. It looks like for ICC, we've got Avatar, Flowing Sands, we've got Wrath of the Berserker. It does look like that's Warden's Cage along with the Ancestral Healing, but there you see the Durance coming out, and everybody's hitting the R buttons down here. Our first 4v4, just a little bit too late on that Ancestral. Meanwhile, here comes the Dwarf trying to see if they can put together some kind of counter kill here. The Mosh comes out. Cleanse not going to really help him out of the Mosh, but still, even while some of the members are dancing, the Chromie damage comes down. Double kill from Ice Queen at the end of that, but overall it ends up being a quad kill. And it's going to be Dahaka wandering back up to top, and ICC going to go ahead and take the tower. Now owning the bottom bell tower, and a good spawn time too. Altar spawning in just a few seconds here. Nobody seems too keen on rotating directly to it. I take that back. Drunk Unicorn's in position.
The altars have risen. Activate them now.
Lark scouting that out with the Fan of Knives. Never face check bushes, ladies and gentlemen. However, they are not guarding this bottom bell tower, instead going back up to grab the camp. That's going to leave a free cap down here for CCS. Quick thinking to get that tower back real quickly there. Does look like ICC is going to try to push back in, though. They've got the 3 sappers pushing in. CCS going to push forward. Clean those up. Looks like ICC is thinking about the invade here. They did see that rotation with the hourglass. Oh, and Sonya's coming in. Yeah, there's the dwarf toss right on in. Stun goes down. Nice, nice cleanse coming out onto Horseman. Yeah, Sonya is way in there, but camp steal does happen. Chromie completing that Dragon's Breath quest. Haka going to get a little bit of an advantage in the rotation there, but still about a level lead here for ICC. Level 13s do come online here, and there's a 3-man mosh pit. Nobody really able to do anything about that, but is the damage follow-up going to be enough? The Ancestral comes out, able to keep Maiev alive, and it's just ETC that ends up going down there. Very nice healing there from Drunk Unicorn. 3-man mosh, but not quite enough damage to be able to really take anybody out there. Meanwhile, bottom bell tower capped. Mid gonna also be capped. 5 more shots. Sorry, 4 more shots. Caster math. But currently 28-19 lead here for ICC. But even bigger than that, I think, is the level lead here. Just half a level until level 16s are online for ICC Unity. And that is going to make it very tough to get the next set of altars if CCS can't get that 16. Does look like it's going to be the next triple altar spawn. ETC looking for that aggressive rotation once again, but it looks like the team wasn't quite ready for the follow-up for CCS, so he goes ahead and backs out. Camp going to be taken. Let's take a look at our solo laners up here. Mango Man and the Dwarf doing their thing. Sorry, fellas, not a whole lot up there to be looking at. Double soaking's very important. Not the most entertaining, but we respect your service. It's a very nice cap there onto the bell tower. They got it out before the sappers came into the lane to destroy it. Now big damage coming out onto Norseman. Ice Queen really starting to hurt here with the level 16 Chromie. Piercing Sands coming in another couple levels, I imagine. But that triple altar spawn is up. And a lot of points on the line here. But it looks like up top, they're just going to end up trading. This rotation to try to interrupt Sonya, not going to be in time. Bart going to go ahead and grab the bot. And just like that, that is another 10 shots going over the CCS's core against just the 3 hitting ICC's core. Extending that lead up to 16 now. Camp is taking bot. ICC going to see if they can push those 3 sappers into the dead zone to score another point for each. Dax taking all kinds of damage, and Greymane is the first to fall. Ewok following him shortly after. And that will be another 3 sappers. Look at Mango Man way in there. Gonna get hit by the drag. Mephisto ends up being the one falling here to Muradin. That's going to be the full ace As ICC Unity going to be able to close out, taking down the top, or sorry, the mid lane. Now Sonya heading towards the top. Interesting rotation here down to the bottom lane. All 5 members were dead. You almost wonder if they couldn't have all rushed to top and gotten the 6 cap. But I suppose that doesn't really matter too much right now. Like they're just looking to defend. All they need is this altar in 10 seconds. Now, all the members will be up for this, but it's going to be very difficult to rotate in. Looks like they're going to try over on CCS to try to cap one of these. But it's not going to be in time. Almost in time. Not quite, but that is going to be game 1. Going over to the side of ICC Unity. Dominating performance in the back half of this one. Staying a couple of levels ahead. And no comebacks this time. Very well executed there at the end of that match. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats. Got top soak, Sonya, Mango Man doing the work in this one. Kahaka doing what he can to keep up, but you know, those poor little dinosaur legs can only run so fast, even with the Brushstalker, the Brushstalker passive on this map. Big damage coming out from Maiev. 50k coming out from Lark. Whew. Getting a lot of those Fan of Knives resets throughout the match. Ice Queen with some good sniping on the back end as well. 3 kills, 10 assists, and 0 deaths. Overall, 2-14. That kind of spells the story of the game. Just team fight dominated performance by ICC Unity in that game 1. But I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break while we set up for game 2. So thank you all for tuning in, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back with game number 2 in this Division B East series in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody. Game number 2. We're going to be heading into Alterac Pass here. ICC Unity with a dominating performance on that game 1 on Towers of Doom. Chien, I always struggle with this name. Chien, Chaud, Steamé? Or I keep calling him CCS the rest of the evening. I didn't want you guys to feel bad. I wanted you to hear me at least attempt to pronounce the name at least once. But CCS going to go ahead and take first pick this round, and similar bans, the Tracer, this time the Maiev being tossed out as well. Definitely, in my opinion, the MVP of game number 1. Lark with that excellent Maiev performance. And now Junkrat going to be picked up. Junkrat was one of the first bans for the side of CCS in game 1. So this time they decided to steal it. Junkrat, particularly annoying to play against on this map with his ability to constantly interrupt on the objective. Maybe not as annoying as Deathwing, but still pretty tough to deal with. Meanwhile, on the other side for ICC, they take out Johanna and Stukov once again, and they pick up the Rhaegar and the Muradin. Drunk Unicorn back on the Rhaegar after a very strong performance on that hero in game 1. Meanwhile, here comes the Kidnap comp with Stitches coming out for Norseman, and Ewok going to take a turn on Anduin this time around. He only plays holy healers, is the pattern that I'm seeing. He's a holy man. Oh. Third band coming out. It'll be Raynor. This is not Jimmy. This game. And the Vala once again for the side of CCS. It's fair. I don't want to play against Vala right now either. So I totally understand that one. Still need to see the solo lane and the damage. And we're going to see some repeat performances here. Mango Man going to take another game on Sonya, and Ice Queen going right back to the Chromie. A lot of good sniping that game. But now, without Maiev as an option, what is Lark going to play here? We'll find out after we see these 2 picks coming in from CCS. They still need their solo laner and another damage. Dax going to go back onto the Grey Mane. And the Dwarf going to take Blaze this time around. Always got to make sure you have a good camper on Alterac Pass. Chromie, not exactly what you're looking for, but there's the Deathwing. Boy, we talked about it, and there it is. Deathwing able to very, very annoyingly make the interrupts happen on this map. And interrupt that for days. Alright, well there is our Alterac Pass draft. Let me know in the chat who you guys think is going to take the win this round. Definitely a lot more poke damage over on the side of ICC Unity here. Both teams have it, especially the Junkrat. CCS's Kidnap comp with the hook into the Leap of Faith from Anduin can be possibly deadly. Doesn't work on Deathwing, though. And not particularly good against Muradin either. So let's get on into game number 2 here. Alterac Pass. Over on the side of CCS, we've got the Dwarf going to be playing Blaze. Norseman on the Stitches. Dax back on the Grey Mane once again. Terra Didi going to be on that Grey Mane. No, not Grey Mane. What is that I'm looking at down there? That is Junkrat. There we go. And Ewok going to be playing the Anduin. I haven't seen that skin before for Junkrat. You know, for the side of ICC Unity, after that game 1 win, looking to close out the series here with a domination. We've got HQ Waki going to be on the Muradin. We've got Drunk Unicorn going to be playing the Rhaegar. Ice Queen on the Chromie. Up top, we've got Lark on that Deathwing. Down bot, Mango Man going to be back on the Sonya here for a second game this series. Hook, not quite finding the mark onto Mango Man. A lot of displacement possibilities between the Junkrat and the Stitches. They're going to be looking to try to isolate one of the members of ICC throughout this match. Nice use of that trap for vision. Meanwhile, we've got the side of CCS immediately going to the siege camp. Oh, and the rotation is here, and the leap just barely gets him onto the point. Dax is going to have to get the leap of faith out. What an invasion from ICC Unity. Wow. Man, they just barely got there in time. That leap, that dwarf toss, that was barely in time there. So close. Hook coming out. Almost finding the mark, but just a bit outside of Ice Queen there. Horseman maybe looking to position for another hook. Go ahead and head down to bot. Here is the 3-man rotation to bot. Oh, the hook and the root from Anduin both miss. So close. Yo man gonna walk away. Oh, but Greymane going down in the mid lane. The snipe coming in from Ice Queen. I apologize, I missed it. Too much action going on this map. Up top, got the solo laners doing their solo lane things, as you do. Still no mid-camp take for the side of ICC. This mid-lane camp, definitely one of the strongest things on the map. And we do see the camp once again being taken for the side of CCS. But ICC going to go ahead and try to focus here on the Soak. Trying to get to that level 7 talent tier. Mango Man rotating down to mid to help D-push against this camp. Meanwhile, the rest of the members starting to push in towards this objective. Muradin goes ahead and eats the trap there. Level 7s are in now for both squads. Both teams are starting to migrate a little closer towards the objective, except for Blaze. Blaze going all the way up the top to Soak, and as he shows in lane, here come the members of ICC pushing into the objective. And they will be able to cap the camp, and the clock has begun for the Horde. Lark gonna go ahead and try to stall it, but as Blaze comes down and Sonya has split, they will back up and allow the camp to be taken back. Deathwing gonna go ahead and fly up into the air and deal a little extra siege damage with that. Ooh, and Mango Man just barely able to avoid that hook. Could have been very dangerous. The Mango Man going to go ahead and continue that double soak as Lark comes back down onto the field. Hook comes out onto Muradin. He does have his Dwarf Toss to jump on out of there, but for now it looks like CCS has this point well defended, as the Dwarf going to go ahead and run back up to mid. Right now ICC winning the race to level 10, but there's a lot of XP up top that it looks like the Dwarf is going to go ahead and get up there and grab. Meanwhile, camp once again going to be captured. This is already the third camp capture. But while that's going on, ICC does get the objective capped once again. They are 15 seconds away from Pater. Norseman already down to half health. Here comes Mango Man on the flank. Does spear in, but once again, able to avoid both the Chastise and the hook. Meanwhile, look at Muradin just sidestepping that grenade. No problem. And ICC gonna go ahead and get the prison camp rolling. And here come the Raiders. For those not as experienced in the ways of the Nexus, the Raiders do push down all 3 lanes. And any ally heroes that are within the radius of the Raider get a boost to both movement speed and basic attack speed. Can be a very good tool for sieging, and can be also a pretty solid tool for team fighting. It looks like that was a hook and Gorge in onto Rhaegar, but he's able to make his way out. Mango Man taking a bit of damage. Level 10's now in for both squads, as they're going to go ahead and dive in on the Dwarf here. He is forced to bunker. We'll go ahead and get out of it on the top side, though, and we'll be safe for now. Meanwhile, hook onto Muradin, but able to Dwarf toss their way out. And Muradin going straight to the camp. They are going to go ahead and capture the siege for the first time here. They haven't taken much damage mid, to be honest, though. Done a nice job of defending against it. Meanwhile, Lark getting some damage out here. Gonna have to charge on out of there to avoid being taken down. Take a look at the heroics here. We've got Avatar along with, let's see, that is going to be Burn Beneath My Shadow. Along with the Ancestral Healing, the Slowing Sands, and the Wrath of the Berserker. Meanwhile, for the side of CCS, we've got Cursed Bullet, Bunker. We've got Light Bomb, along with the Rip Tire and the Gorge. Gorge, pretty standard for the Kidnap comp. Now, this is going to be a nice pop on that Hourglass. Oh, the Time Trap. And a great pull by Ewok. Gonna keep Norseman alive there. Taking that leap of faith. Oh, the hook comes in from Norseman. Hits that long-range hook, but did not get the Gorge out in time as Muradin Dwarf tossed away. Oh, this is a Gorge onto Sonya. Light Bomb comes out to follow it up, but Mango Man not afraid. Sonya maybe not the best target for that Gorge. Very healthy Sonya at that. ICC rotating up towards the top. They're going to be looking to cap the objective here. You see the pings already coming out. Muradin going to tank the little minions. And Ice Queen just barely gets the cap out before we see that oil and fire coming out from the Dwarf. And now the members of CCS are pretty split up here. We've got 3 approaching from the bot side, 2 from the top. Now the Dwarf going to stay down here. He's taking a ton of damage as 3 members pushing down onto that side. Meanwhile, the other 4 members of CCS trying to approach from the left. But Lark's got that pretty well covered over here, along with the other members. Come back. Once again, the hook hits Muradin, but the Dwarf Toss gets him out. Now, Norseman does go ahead and gobble up Sonya, As Mango Man was way in there. Look at the displacement from the concussion mine. And the tower gets the final hit, but I think all of the credit for that kill's got to go to Junkrat. And now they are on the chase. That's going to be only the second kill of the game, by the way. A lot of team fighting in this one so far, but not a lot of kills. That's the first one on the board for CCS. 10 minutes, 2 kills. That's not bad from these two squads. I mean, I guess it's not bad from a survivability standpoint. Not great from an assassination standpoint. The Dwarf, though, looking to be number 3 right now as they go in deep. The bunker will come out. And the Dwarf the Dwarf toss onto the Dwarf there, along with that a hammer just barely missing there. Ice Queen trying to push mid, just barely gets out of range of that hook. The minion gets hooked in instead. 5-man push in the top lane. And ICC going to try to back off here. Going to put some damage out onto Norseman. The hook comes in. There it is, along with the Gorge. And the Leap of Faith. And the Light Bomb. And that is going to be a very dead Sonya. Very dead. That's the combo that CCS is going for. The kidnap comp in full swing here. Bot's going to be taken in the top lane by CCS. ICC with a strong answer to go ahead and grab that bottom boss. Level 16's coming online for both squads, and ICC is totally fine trading these. They're very far ahead right now on structures, so getting the trade is just fine. It does look like ICC's looking to push in with this boss in the bot side. A long, long hook now out from Stitches after that level 13 upgrade. Mango Man clearing up the lane, but not really paying too much attention to the boss. Gonna let the Fort go ahead and close that out. Prison camp gonna be taken. Or at least they're channeling it. "30 seconds left as the members of CCS are starting to come in on this. The silence does come out onto Mango Man, but he's able to back up and get some heals from the drunk unicorn. The Dwarf on the flank. Big damage coming out from Mango Man, though. He is going to be booped back in there. Norseman gets the light bomb. He's trying to get out and live. Look at Lark, though, with the big charge in. Woof! That's a lot of damage. But both teams going to walk away without any deaths. Lark going to be forced to go ahead and jump back up. They will recap, and that will be the prison camp coming out for a second time in a row here. Third time in a row? I've lost count. Root, stun coming out. Drunk Unicorn running for his life. He gets back up into that wolf form, and he does manage to make it out. Muradin not so lucky. But look at this wave in the top side. Whew. That's a lot of minions. Horseman gonna go ahead and get on clearing that up. Down bot. We've got Mango Man trying to take down this keep. We've got the Raiders coming in on every lane right now. This would be a miracle. CCS could avoid taking one of their keeps down here. But, you know, miracles in the Nexus, they do sometimes happen. Yeah, Yeah, with Muradin down, I guess they couldn't push the issue too far for ICC. And a little bit of damage on every one of these keeps, but all of them are up. This one not looking so great. Still a slight level lead here for ICC. Both teams going to go ahead and grab their camps. We've got about a minute and a half on both of the bosses. But not a whole lot for either of these teams to do. Oh, but there's the hook into the gorge. This is Muradin. He does have Dwarf Toss, but the stun and the root and even the concussion mine come out perfectly timed, but still that Dwarf Toss with Avatar keeps him alive for now. Dax a little bit low. Norseman even lower, and Stitches is going to be the first falling here. And now ICC's got the door wide open to try to go ahead and get this mid keep. They've been able to clear up the camp, and the concussion mine just blowing minions every which direction. Sonya actually ends up falling from that exchange. So overall, it's a 1v1, or I should say a 1-for-1 trade. The level 20s are now grabbed, along with that mid keep for the side of ICC Unity.
You know what to do.
While that top boss is going to be started here, they did see that rotation. Actually, they're not going to start the boss, but they are hanging out up here. Looks like for now, ICC Unity going to go ahead and rotate down to mid. Clear out the mid lane. Both teams kind of hovering around these prison camps. But it does look like right away CCS is going to go ahead and jump on this mid camp. Now ICC actually looking for top boss. They know CCS has been putting a very high priority on that camp. So I like this call. However, it does look like CCS is going to scout this out in time. Time Trap does proc, but Norseman is still here. It doesn't look like they're pushing it. Well, the Dwarf is going to go ahead and charge forward and get on point. Everybody going to hit the R buttons. Anduin, Blaze, the first two to fall. Dax is getting out invisible with next to no life. And there's the toss in. And I believe that might be the beginning of the end here. The quad kill for ICC Unity. They get the boss. Mango Man going to cap the prison camp. And they are pushing in for this top keep. This will be the second keep of the game, along with this full health boss. And for those that might be a little newer in the ways of the Nexus,
You'll never get me out of this bunker,
for each keep up, the boss here, the core, does get extra armor. But now with all three keeps down and 4 members down, they'll be able to take down the core no problem. And just like that, the Horde is victorious here on Alterac Pass. And ICC Unity takes game number 2 and the domination here in this Division B East matchup. Very well done. My voice isn't used to casting yet. Frogs are coming back. Go ahead and take a look at our stats. 4 to 6 kills. Not really a whole lot of team fight action going on in this one, or at least if there for the action that there wasn't a whole lot of killing going on. And with that kidnap comp with Stitches, that's kind of the whole shtick for CCS in this comp, is isolating one target, getting the kill, and then taking advantage of that. So with only 4 kills throughout the game, hard for them to capitalize on what their comp does so well. Multiple ways to save members of ICC Unity, though, with their comp. Deathwing kind of immune to the combo. Muradin with Dwarf Toss. Sonya just has general survivability. And not a whole lot of hooks went in the direction of Ice Queen and Drunk Unicorn on that one. Well, I forgot to do this last time, but we'll give you guys a quick snapshot of those talents so you guys can see what builds all of these players were going. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to the team captain. For ICC Unity to see if they'd like to do an interview. See if I can find B East there. Here we go. Pretty solid couple of games there. All right, let's see if we can get... Hello. Hey, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I this has been my first cast in a while, as I've mentioned. Usually, I do a good job of remembering to ask if there are any difficult to pronounce names for either member of the team. I definitely should have asked you about that. Could you give me a clue on how you pronounce your name here?
Oh no, it's actually really embarrassing. So back in high school, so my initials are HQ,
Aha.
and in high school, my one of my friends just made it like a pun where it was like H Kawaii. So it's supposed to be H Kawaii, but I just ask everyone just call me Helen. So
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Helen, well done. Very dominating performance, especially in that game one. But just overall, it seemed like for most of the series, your team kind of had it in the palm of your hand. It was kind of your series to lose.
Yeah. Something I take a lot of pride in is just really showcasing the strengths of my team players and my team members. I'm a strong believer in like, we really should play to our strengths. So really,
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of bland, but basically I really like to make sure that my players are playing their favorite characters and incorporating that into the team.
Yeah, well, that's really well done, and I think that's a good philosophy. Is because I think a lot of teams will get too focused on trying to counter what the opponent is doing, and then they start to lose sight of doing what they do so well. So I really like that. That's a good philosophy for you guys to do, and clearly you guys were able to execute it, especially against that very scary comp they had in Game 2 on Alterac Pass, that kidnap comp. You guys seemed like you were well equipped with the Muradin up front and the Deathwing that was kind of immune. Seemed like was that more of a reaction to what they were doing, or is that just kind of your strat just happened to be good against what they had?
Yeah, I'm afraid it was both. So it's always a balancing act too, right? You do want to play with your strength, but you do have to appropriately respond. And if your strengths are the best counter to or the best response, then yeah. So I really liked that my player Lorik advocated for playing the Deathwing. I think it was an excellent pick. Really solid for point control, objective control, and it was a good response to the team.
Yeah, having that flex player to be able to flex pick like that. They had taken away the Maiev that was so good in Game 1, so that was the big question out of that second draft is, okay, what is Lork going to play now? And that Deathwing pick really was the spice that really made this game more of a spicy chili rather than just something mild and much like what you guys had played before.
I love it. Yes, exactly. 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 And yeah, I think again, I really have to shout out to my team and their hard work for the past couple of weeks. We've been practicing a lot, and it was definitely hard at first, just trying to figure out the rhythm. But I really have to shout out my team for each one of their strengths and their persistence.
Nice. Well, there are a lot of different ways to start out in week one. And I think if you draw it up, there's no way to start it better than what you guys just did. What is your guys' kind of goal throughout the season? Is there anything in particular that you guys are looking to accomplish? How far does ICC Unity have to go for you guys to be satisfied with a successful season?
Excellent question. ICC Unity was just started this January of so this year, 2023, and our goal for this NGS season is to make it to playoffs. So once we make it to playoffs, Helen will be very satisfied. And then the goal from there on is to just keep aiming for higher sites. So we're hoping for, in the next NGS season, maybe making it to top 3 and so on and so forth.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing you guys try to climb the ladder and seeing what you can do throughout the season. But before I let you go, you kind of already started on some of the shout outs, but if you have anybody else that you'd like to shout out, the floor is yours.
That's I really just can't emphasize enough just my team. Like, shout out to Lorik and his flex picks. He's a DPS player, but he's always helping us bruise. Shout out to Ice Queen, just constantly learning new heroes and fixing. Oh my goodness, the growth. Oh, I can't even. And shout out to Uni for the excellent clutch heals and saves. Shout out to Mango, who's been with me from the beginning. I tried to start an all-females team before. Didn't work out as well as I thought it'd be, but Mango, thank you so much for staying with me, believing in my calls, supporting me. And of course, we got a shout out to our coach, Organized Chaos, always watching replays with us on Saturdays and giving us advice and, the classic pep talks, getting us through the darker and harder times. So again, shout out to everyone on our team. Oh, and I can't forget our subs, Lumi coming through and Lich Queen. So yeah, thank you so much I really have to say, we are, I'm really grateful for my teammates, really.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on and being willing to hang around a little bit after the game. But I'll let you get back to your team to celebrate. Big win tonight, and good luck on the next one.
Thanks, Jason.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's going to do it for our series tonight. Congratulations to ICC, and thank you to CCS for coming in and putting on a good show for us. I want to thank you guys for coming out and watching. And in just about an hour, I am going to have a second game on the slab for y'all tonight. This is a Jason double header for my big return to casting. So I hope you guys will hit the follow button and spin right back around here at 8 o'clock for my second match. We're going to be heading over to B West. So staying in the same level, but heading on over to see Assistant Noob Manager versus Team Rainbow Strike Go. Looks like this is already the second game of the season for TRSG. So they're already 2-1 here in the B West. And this will be the debut match of the season for Assistant Noob Manager. Also want to thank the Regen Network. And, of course, my co-catster, Ysera, who is still giving me not a whole lot of extra casting acumen, but definitely giving me moral support. She is once again tucked warmly warmly under the covers, just dead asleep right under my left arm here. But thanks everybody for coming out, and until next time, I am Jason, and we'll see you in the Nexus. Have a good hour until we see you in the next one.